I might end up with a lot of bridges over this river to facilitate proper transportation. That, and I'm a bit of an infrastructure buff, so I'm more than willing to throw down a bit of excess infrastructure just for a little bit of an increase in things being more efficient. Like, for example, right there. It looks like I'm getting a good number of people walking just straight through there. So I guess I should establish some roads. Also, it's probably because of these woodcutters here, as well as these docks. They need people to work them, but people are very far away. Surprised there are people. Oh, I thought those people were working on the foundation. No, those people are working on the roads that are surrounding. I was about to say, what the fuck is going on there? People working that, even though there isn't the resources there? Surprised the hell out of me. I will say stockpiles are very useful for filling in any gaps of areas that you can't otherwise use. Just bam, stockpile it. I think it is time to build some more housing. Specifically housing in my new developmental area far up north. Oh god. Wait. Yes! That's happening! Just because it'll be ridiculous. Just because it'll be ridiculous. It seems like my trickle idea is working now. I have a good bit of stone and iron just kind of sitting around, so... But not a lot. Just a bit. Although I still have my capacity for produced goods utterly met. So I need to look around and find a place, I suppose. I can fit some more of these in. I guess around here would do. But actually, I'm going to increase my builder number to 80. That's a ridiculous bridge. Although, actually, I think that one will be a little bit helpful. Because that'll allow for going back and forth between these areas as well. It'll make construction of this area a good bit easier, I would think. I do think I still have some resource removals I pegged on this area that haven't been completed yet. So I can go through and get resources still. There may be a point where I need to start being more specific with the log count that I'm getting. This bridge is ridiculous. I love it, but it's ridiculous. Kind of noticing now that a lot of my walkways could actually use overlays of stone. And I mean, it just makes it faster for people to walk on. So, a little bit more efficiency here and there. I used to go really crazy with stone roads and make them just like even in between houses, even out to like places like this. Oh wow, my forester's logs aren't even producing anymore the way logs. I mean, no problem there. I seem to have enough, so fuck. Keep it. These guys are out. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Number-wise, though, with clothes and tools, I seem to be doing okay. So let's see here. Almost up to 800 citizens. Year 69. Yeah, I'm running through wool as soon as I get it, it seems. and leather pretty quickly afterwards as well. Holy crap, I have a lot of corn. Wow! Well, okay then. Need to teach my taverns to make whiskey instead of ale, apparently. I trust the houses here are starting to actually get constructed. Yes. Woodcutters. Wonderful. I'm probably also going to need a market over here somewhere. A bit unfortunate, but it'll be alright. So I built more housing and I built more stockpile areas, and I'm already up to 240k food. I really just need to keep increasing my storage capacity, it would seem. Because I've been pretty consistently increasing my trade, so I haven't had an issue yet of, oh, I'm not getting enough food. Starting to get some people ticking on as hungry or frozen. So this is probably the point where I'm going to start to have a natural death or two from starvation now and again. And that will happen, it's just kind of a matter of time. Eventually, it doesn't matter how good your setup is, people are just gonna kind of keel over. There's not enough space for everything, rather. People will go foodless now and again. That's one hell of a hill that I can build into. It surprises me. Well, no way in hell I can build into that. Yeah. Aha! The tiny bridges. It is nice to see these in use, though. Almost 800, I trust. Yes, very close. Very close. Wow, I'm actually having an increase in my herb count. That's not what I was expecting to see. By any means. At all. I was expecting to have to start buying them at this point. And I'd pretty much totally give up on gathering them to any efficacy, but my herbalists seem to want to keep going. So they're working overtime. And I got another disease outbreak. Those happen fairly frequently. Holy crap. Hey, look at that. Stored firewood is above 50k now. Poof. And the surprise is that I'm still, like, rising in my number of stored logs. I thought for sure that would not be the case when I opened up the floodgates for as much firewood to be produced as anybody wanted. That actually makes me think that I probably should save, because once you get past, let's say, 1,000, there are occasional game crashes that just happen. Not much that can be done about it. So, frequent saving past this point is highly recommended by me. One tile cock block. I hate that. I'm surprised my cemeteries aren't getting filled up. I thought for sure that those things would be teeming with, well, not teeming with life, but teeming with all sorts of mangly corpses at this point. I feel like a blacksmith would be pretty effective there. It's good to just have a few extra producers every now and again scattered about. I should, however, try to lay down some wells, I suppose. I really want to hit 1,000 before year 88. I mean, I'm making good progress, don't get me wrong. It's just something in the back of my head is nagging me that if I don't make at least some progress towards my end goal, like, I don't want this to be extremely longer than it needs to be. Sure, I had setbacks, but I don't think the scale of them permits my failing to reach a good population on a certain time mark, you know? I guess I should open up the production of these trade posts. And these things do have storage and purchases. Yes, okay. Wanted to make sure. So now hopefully some of these people will start bearing children. Mostly educated populace. And just under 800 people. Alcohol. Population is good looking. Yeah, you can actually tell when I got hit by big things. I believe that was the first tornado. Did a bit of damage, but not much. And the second tornado swept through and really stopped me. Although, at that point, I was having a bit of a food crisis. So, I think that was actually alright. And my food right now is plateaued. Logs have been all over the place. So, stone, been pretty constantly low. As has iron. Firewood, can be higher. Coal has never existed. Yeah, seriously, coal has never even existed in my town. Herbs, doing well, keeping well. And clothes are way up, thankfully. But alcohol is very erratic, given my tendency for trading it. I seem to actually have a good bit less logs than I had before. Thought I was almost up to 20k. Oh, I had a crop infestation. I didn't even realize that was happening. No biggie. Although these fields haven't really been producing that much in general. Oh, that one was actually pretty good. Decent. Pretty decent, yeah. Yeah, this one looked like kind of a failure. Probably just because of the straight on distance people have to walk. Doesn't surprise me too much. Oh my. And a 220k food. Starting to see a slight dip there, I think. But it's slight, so. Sure as I'm expanding my trade and other things, it won't continue to be a problem by any means. I do seem to be having a pretty sharp decline in my food stocks. I mean, it doesn't utterly surprise me. Still, it's one of those things where you might think that it spells the beginning of the end, so you tiptoe around it. I do need to officially incorporate this area. That still hasn't happened.